Hello and welcome, my name is Idris, and today we're having a look at Snapshot 3D, one of the brand new features of Zbrush 2019. A quick reminder of what Snapshot 3D is. It's a new way for Zbrush to create hard surface assets, to create high quality hard surface assets. So it's something you could do previously using different methods, and essentially what Snapshot 3D does is it streamlines all these methods you could use before in a much quicker way, so it saves you some steps. And we'll have a look at how to go about it now. So what you'll need to do is have a Polymesh 3D, because this is how Zbrush works. It needs to have editable something on the canvas, and we're going to use this as our guide to begin with. So we're going to go into Lightbox. Now there's this Spotlight folder with a bunch of pre-created collections of alphas. We're going to pick this hard surface collection here. To turn on Spotlight, you simply hit the Z key, like so. You're going to hit tile selected, so everything is big and nice on the side. So you can turn a Z key to turn on the Spotlight wheel, and Shift Z to hide everything. So with this said, we are going to start making our asset. Hit the Z button, so you have the wheel. We are going to pick this square. I'm going to, using the center orange circle, we're going to move this on the side so you can see more clear what I'm doing. Now you could pick the alpha on the side and use it straight away, but what is going to happen is that you've lost this alpha from your alpha bank on the side. So it's best practice to pick the alpha you want. This one, and then go here in the wheel and hit duplicate. So now you have made a copy of your alpha, and the original alpha is still in your database. So we're going to scale this up like so. Then we are going to pick this orange circle, and we're going to snap it here. It snaps automatically to the image center. So now when we move, this, we are moving everything at the same time. And we are going to snap this to the mesh center. So that way we know we are in the center of the 3D world, because our Polymesh 3D is in the center of the 3D world. So if we are snapping to the mesh center, we are snapping to that mesh. And now we are going to scale this up like so. And we are going to hit that little camera button on the bottom of the wheel that says Snapshot 3D. We're going to hit Shift Z to hide everything, so we have a better look of what happened. So now what happened is the Snapshot 3D took our alpha and extruded it to the thickness of the active subtool, so the Polymesh 3D. So it took this thickness, this widest part, and created our extrusion. So now we do not need the Polymesh 3D anymore, so we are going to delete, Not only I meant to delete it, I hit duplicate it, and I duplicated it twice. But anyway, so now we have our Polymesh 3D. We're going to hit the move button and define the actual thickness we wanted. Something like so. Okay, now I'm gonna leave the move function on. We're going to hit Shift Z to turn Spotlight back on, Z to have our wheel back on, and now we are going to go over here in this, on the top of the wheel, there's this intensity setting. We're going to pick that up and we are going to turn it until everything is removed. So now we have as an alpha loaded, but the alpha is completely transparent. And now we are going to pick this circle and we are going to duplicate it because this is what we want. We want to work on a copy. We're going to scale this up, move it to the center so it's easier to manipulate, and we are going to scale this up so it's the actual need to turn my did I lose the center here? I think so. So we're going to snap it back, pick this one back up. Okay, now we're back in business. Snap it to the image center. So we need to make sure that the we're going to this new alpha takes approximately a quarter of the square. And now we are going to hit union here. And what this does, we're going to hit delete because we do not need this anymore. And you can see that the alpha is still here, but it's actually what happened is that it was copied to the cleared transparent alpha we had before. So now we click to select this previous alpha we had. Here we have flip V and flip vertical, flip horizontal. And if you hold the shift key, you can mirror. And that's why we had this this square setup the way it was, and somehow it got off center. We're going to snap it back into position, and now we are going to hit Snapshot 3D again. And we're going to activate this back. We're going to hit Shift Z to hide everything. And we're going to take our move and we're going to lift this up. If you do not know where I'm going with this model, then you have no childhood, and I'm sorry for you. Only joking. Please, I hope you had a wonderful childhood. Bad jokes aside, so here we are. We're modeling our little Lego brick. So now, what we want to do is to make sure we have live Boolean turned on. So this is going to allow us to see the end result. We are going to take our model and we are going to have a look at the back. Shift Z to bring spotlight back in, Z alone to bring the wheel back. We're going to take our previous alpha and we're going to snap it to the mesh center again. We are going to pick the intensity and we are going to clear it up like so. We're going to pick this square again, hit duplicate, and then move it into position, scale it up, snap to image center, and then move it, snap to mesh. Then we are going to scale it, and this is going to give us, now we're aligning up the alpha to give us the thickness of the inner, the inside of the cube. Right about so. And now, instead of hitting Snapshot 3D, we are going to hold Alt before clicking the Snapshot 3D button. Like so, Shift Z. And now, if we move back, you can see that we've made a hole. But the hole is in the wrong position because it took the thickness of our the active sub tool that was the little nubs on the top. So we're going to move this back like so. We're going to turn on transparency and just to make sure we have an even thickness all around. Like so. And now, just to simplify everything for us, we are going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to Shift Z, Z, and we are going to take this, we're going to start to move it, holding Shift so we are aligned on the same axis. So you have axis planes on your alpha. You have this green and red line. So if you start moving and hit Shift, it will conform to that axis. We're going to move this down like so. And now we are going to scale it up slightly, and using this extend V and H, extend horizontally or vertically, we're going to squeeze it down like so. And we are going to move it back in just a little. And we are going to align more or less with the bottom of the image. And we are going to press Alt and Snapshot 3D again. Like so. Shift Z to hide everything, turn off transparency. And this is not, we didn't make it thick enough, so if you turn on transparency, you can see that the extrusion wasn't wide enough, so it's not an issue, just scale it bigger. And this is going to be our clip plane. So whatever we do from now on, we will know that the bottom of our little cube or Lego cube is going to be perfectly flat whatever we do. So to make sure this happens, what we need to keep in mind is that this needs to be at the bottom at all times. So this is not something specific to Snapshot 3D. So this is just a live Boolean workflow. You need to think about the way you set up your subtools, because it's a mathematical approach. So they are going to have the operations in the order of your subtools. So this is going to be the first, then this is going to happen next, and this is going to happen next, and this is going to happen next. So this is added, subtracted, subtracted. So if we have this bottom piece always at the bottom, we are sure that it's going to subtract from whatever it's above it. So we're going to make sure it's perfectly flat. So we're going to go back up to this subtool. And now we are going to see something else we can do. We're going to hit Z to have our wheel back. We're going to pick an alpha. We're going to, first we're going to pick this one. We're going to delete it. Then we're going to pick an alpha just to work a little bit more cleanly. We already have an alpha on the scene, so we'll take this one. I'm going to snap it to the center, move it into position. Okay, we have this cleared at alpha. And we are going to make the little centerpiece. So we're going to hit the circle. We're going to duplicate it. And then we're going to move it into position, snap it to the center, scale it up, snap it to the mesh, scale it however we need. So something like so. Actually, I think it should be something like so to work with it. If we were logical, if we need the little nubs to fit in. So we're going to turn this back on. We're going to hit union. And we're going to keep that alpha. We're not going to delete it, and we're going to scale it down like so. And now instead of hitting union, we're going to push the Alt key and hit union. And now we can delete that. And now we have this, we've created a new alpha and we punched a hole in that alpha using Alt. And now we can hit Snapshot 3D. So, nope, we need to select the actual alpha we've created. So it needs to be active in orange. Now we can hit Snapshot 3D and something happens. We're going to hit Shift Z to hide everything. And now we have this nice little centerpiece that is clipped by this bottom piece. Going to make sure it's nice and in there. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So the final thing I'm going to show you is that if you wanted, you could, it's on my other screen, you could create your own alpha. And then you can, because you're not limited to the alphas that are inside of Zbrush or that are already in Spotlight in the Lightbox collection, you can add your own, create your own alpha. And then when it's activated, you go into your alpha and you hit this new button, Add to Spotlight, like so. And we are going to pick, we're going to pick this, we're going to align it to the center. We are going to tile unify because this was getting in the way. Okay, we're going to move this in. Since this logo needs to be always facing the same direction, we cannot mirror it, or else it would be flipped. So we're going to set it roughly in the center of our cylinder here, and then we should still have we should still even if we're not, forgot to do something, even if we're not actually going to set this to the side here. I forgot to clone it. Do what I say, not what I do. We are going to clear the intensity. We're going to alpha add the spotlight to bring it back. We're going to add those to the side, and we are going to, did this get rid of my thing again? Okay, so let's just speed on. Little quirks and workflows. So apparently if you add to your spotlight, it resets your active canvas. So it's something you have to think about. Maybe add all the alphas you'll need for your project at the beginning. It should fix that issue. So we're going to create something new. We're going to make our empty alpha. So snap it to the center so it's nice and aligned, clear with the intensity. Now we're going to pick this Lego one. We're going to duplicate it just to be safe. Pick it up. Forgot to mute my phone. Now we're going to scale it to the this cylinder thing on top. We're going to hit union. So it drops down, and now we're going to start moving it. And since we cannot mirror it because it will flip the logo, what we're going to do is, as we are moving down, we are going to hold Shift. So to make sure we're aligned, we're going to hit Union again. Then we're going to move to the side and keep holding Shift to align it properly. Hit Union again, and then we're going to move this up and hit a Union again and delete that and select our main new alpha we've created. Hit Snapshot 3D. Shift Z to hide everything and move our Lego logo up. Scale it to something more reasonable, like so. And that's about it. So we've made this a little model. If I wasn't talking, we could have made it a lot faster, so you could see the actual power of this. Now, if you look at the polyframe for everything, it creates a nice polygroups for every surface. So if you wanted, you could have nice clean polygroups for everything. Now you can hit Boolean, make Boolean mesh. Give it a minute. And now you have this nice Boolean mesh with not such a nice geometry, but with all the polygroups. And if the geometry is not good enough, we can use the new Z-remesher function. We're going to Z-remesh, we're going to keep groups, and then we're simply going to maybe hit Z-remesh and let it do its work, but it's just to see how good of a result the new Z-remesher does. But this is going to wrap this up for this video. So this covers pretty much all the basic functions of Snapshot 3D. If you have any questions or comment, please do have a go. I didn't do such a great work. So if you have any questions, please do leave them in the comment section. Not impressed by Z-remesher. Very disappointed. Maybe I shouldn't have keep groups turned on. Just let it do its thing. So yeah, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have any questions, please do ask them in the comments. That will help me decide whatever, if I need to make a new video on something you guys are more interested in. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.